Several years ago, we sat in the pool at a friend's house and we had a conversation. We were about as fed up with each other as we could possibly get, my wife and I. And we got out of the pool and we went out the back gate and we walked around the lake. And the first time around, we talked about how we could end this amicably, how we could be done with this and just write it off and consider it finished. And by the time we got to the end of the first lap, there was not really any emotion. Nobody was crying. Nobody was angry. It was very just apathetic. No real feelings or emotions at all. Until about 6 steps from the gate. And she turned to me and she said, if I just felt more appreciated, it might be worth fighting for. And those words stopped me in my tracks. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. There's a lot to be said for the power of appreciation. That conversation turned into another lap around the lake and then another lap around the lake, and Monday, Labor Day, will be 24 years. Not because of anything special that I did, but I did learn what it means to appreciate in a whole different way. It also caused me to write a whole leadership training course called The Power of PDA, Public Displays of Appreciation. And there are some things you should know about the power of appreciation. Number one, don't appreciate people the way you want to be appreciated. I recently was talking to another leadership coach who had a conversation with a client. The client had spent oodles and gobs of money to take his team on a cruise. And when they came back from the cruise, some of his employees were a little upset about it. Now, you would think that's a pretty awesome opportunity to go on a trip like that, especially to have it paid for by the boss. But see, there are some people who would say, I'm facing foreclosure if I don't catch up with my bills. My kids are going off to college. I have a sick loved one, and rather than spending the time away from home, the time away from my family, and the money that it takes to go on a cruise, I'd rather just have the check so that I can pay off some of these bills. And we forget sometimes that our way of being appreciated, our way of being loved, isn't what they love. It seems like a really small thing sometimes. What we receive as appreciation for others is a huge sacrifice to give. My wife's number one love language is not touch. Mine is. So I love it when she rubs my back if we're sitting on the couch watching a movie and she'll just reach over and just scratch my leg a little bit. I'm in heaven. If I get in the shower and she scratches my back with both hands for a couple of minutes, I'm ecstatic. But that's not her thing. So for her to touch me that way is a great gift and sacrifice. But if I were to turn around and return the favor, she'd be like, you don't have to do that. I don't even like it. We need to learn to appreciate people the way they want to be appreciated. We have to give to people our thank yous, our gratitude, in the way that they most want to receive that gratitude, and a way that's meaningful to them. And I want you to think for a moment of all the people in your life who have given in little ways. Maybe it was financially, maybe it was emotionally, maybe it was they invested in you. Maybe in your sports reign, when you were becoming the all-star quarterback or the all-star basketball player, the all-star softball player, maybe they gave up opportunities for you to succeed. Maybe they let things go by, let things slide, let opportunities that came into their life be dismissed or swept under the rug to see you shine. Think for a moment about those people in your life who have invested in your success. Even if you're looking right now and going, what success? I got nothing. I'm not nearly where I could be, should be, or want to be. Oh, but you are not where you would have been if they hadn't invested in you. So take some time today and invest in the people who have invested in you. Appreciate them. Send them a thank you card. Send them a little note or a text message or a Facebook message, something. to let them know how important they are to you, because you wouldn't have made it this far without them. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.